Hello and welcome to Opinions Plus. We're at a sad point in our civilization, our way of life, because we can't trust anybody. The United States, especially in its government, the way it's been created now, this administration has brought in people of limited or no character. Apparently, it's just this reflecting pool thing shows a glaring example of the lack of trust and integrity and honesty and dedication and responsibility. This Janine Pirro character who runs the D.C. Attorney General's office um, has now dropped the charges to that for their reflecting pool person. Why? Because they had no evidence to begin with. Why? Because they were told not to, to charge somebody, to get somebody, because we can't look at Mr. Trump and anything he's associated with incompetence or irregularity or misfeasance or anything, which everything apparently he touches does that, yet you can't show it. You can't pretend it's not there. But you guys have to do that. You've got to show it. Just like this. Now they dropped the charges of this man because they said new evidence has come to the fore. He didn't do anything. It was contractor incompetence, and that's the way. But the contractor said it was anyway, right from the beginning. All lies, all deceit, all fairy tales. You don't have to articulate all the little nuances. Just realize that the fact that there is junk floating in the reflecting pool, the guy picks it up, he gets charged because there's a video evidence. You got to have a fall guy. He was the fall guy. But incompetence. You can't even, have, you know, legitimate charges, trumped up charges made that stick in this group. The another example is this Blanche confirmation hearing. Tillis and the other guy, Cornyn, saying, "Oh yeah, we want a piece of paper from Mr. Blanche." Just says, "Okay, the immune deal, the tax immune deal for the Trumps and every other living human being associated with that man is exempt, is free, is this and that, all this nonsense, the slush fund, all this stuff, the $10 billion um, fake suit Trump brought up, all this stuff. Just why? The guy's made billions in his tenure as president, and yet wants more billions. Doesn't Nothing will end. There's no decency in this administration. Tillis, and I really don't understand. A lot of people are ignorant of the facts, and they're not privy to all the inside information here and there. But these senators are, and little I know about Mr. Blanche, he's not trustworthy. None of them are trustworthy. They lie through their teeth, even from our limited perspective. And yet, what does the senator from North Carolina say? Well, we're working with Mr. Blanche, and if he would only give us this written confirmation, that's all we need. The rest of his lies, the way he worked with the Epstein victims, the way he misrepresented the law, and releasing evidence for the end of the Epstein provisions. All this stuff doesn't matter. His character is sound. We'd vote for him, but we need a piece of paper. Without that piece of paper, my gosh. But Tillis, the senator from North Carolina, then says, "But it isn't the president that's doing it. Somebody else in the White House is telling Todd not to do this, or Todd Blanche not to do this." And I use his first name occasionally too. Like, hey, you're familiar with this guy. He's one of our buds. This is insane. But it's not the president Todd Blanche is a member of the cabinet. And who else is above Todd Blanche to tell him what to do or what not to do or suggest it? Oh, must be an aide, maybe a secretary, maybe the janitor down the hall, maybe somebody, but not the president. But it can only be the president because he's the only one above him, or Mr. Blanche himself, or everybody's lying, including the senator from North Carolina, who disavows all these other issues of character, integrity, which is what you're supposed to be evaluating when you vote for a person to become Attorney General. That they are people of what? Character. He has not shown that. He said, whether it's Freudian or any other way, he said, as a trained politico, trained lawyer, I am Trump's attorney. Let's not be so easily manipulated. Because people are. If you believe that this Senator Tillis and Senator Cornyn really, he was the Supreme Court Justice in Texas before he became a senator. What justice did he give out? What blind justice? What fairness? What decency when he's ignoring all these character flaws of Todd Blanche and others, and this Clayton guy that just got confirmed, lies, can't say that Biden won, can't utter the word won. My God, he's certified, but he didn't win. No, God, no. Why? Because somebody above him, maybe that janitor, that influential janitor, maybe he did it. He told me not to say it, but not the president. It's absurd how we look at things as people, as responsible people. And senators are supposedly responsible people. And these two characters are supposedly responsible. And they've been, jilted or coerced out of their offices by Trump with his endorsements of other people for what? For political, because they didn't toe the line. But they got to toe the line. Truth, honor, integrity is just out of this administration altogether. Anybody that thinks it is, I think you're misguided because it isn't there. Time after time you see it. It's a sad commentary. Truth, justice, and the American way. They're gone. Superman's no longer. Thanks for listening. Have a good day. Remember the reflecting pool. That cyclist, that vandalizing cyclist cut a 300-foot strip down the reflecting pool with a box cutter. Good God. And now, no, it's not him. We dropped the charges. We got new evidence. Why? There's ineptitude in this group. It just is. Thanks for listening. Have a good day. Talk to you soon. Bye for now.